You know, there's so many pieces of equipment we use on a regular basis, and one thing we often don't do is just stop and say, hang on a minute, am I using this correctly? Because we just grab it because we're focusing on getting the job done at home, and sometimes this can roll over to the working environment. And a cracking example, and the one I say all the time, steps. How many of us own a pair of these, right? But, you know, when you're in a working environment, we know the procedures, don't we? We check the scat tag to make sure it's in date. We do the visual inspections, and we always make sure it's the right set of steps for the job we're doing, because it's just short periods, isn't it? Any longer periods of work, we get a suitable platform. But what about when we're doing it at home? How many times you just go to the shed or the garage and get them out and there's a bit of tape around there because it was my dad's and my granddad's ladders and the sentimental? You can't do that. What price do you put on your own safety? You fall off these. Do you know, 80 people on average every year in the UK die from a fall. Why? Get it fixed properly or buy a new set. And when you are using them, you always make sure it's on a stable, level ground, isn't it? And it's not just sticking a little bit of I'll just put my keys underneath there because it's a bit uneven, or hold that a bit, Ralphie, will you please, while I go up there? Good firm footing. And when we're going up these, you know, you can never go right to the very top because it's unstable. You need the biggest set of steps. Reaching across, go down, move them over. These are shortcuts, which are shortcuts to accidents and incidents. But the biggest thing for me is people don't really know how to work from these. Feel how unstable I am there with both feet on one run. Because I've minimised my base, I feel so unstable. But if I just do this, slight angle, 1 foot on the higher run, and brace my thigh, you almost become part of the steps. I feel so safe here now. You could work away, but it doesn't matter which side you're on, but always 1 foot higher than the other and become part of the step. You feel so safe, so stabilised because I've extended my base. So, never off the top, never reaching, never feet on one run, and always on a stable ground level. But do the inspection first. So that's steps. What's that other thing we do on a regular basis? Oh, I know. Walking up and down stairs. Well, I can walk up and down stairs all day long with never ever a fear of falling up or down them because of one cracking control measure. I'm always looking 100% where I'm putting my feet. The trouble is, in the world we live in, that's virtually impossible because of all the distractions that are going on. And you're thinking this and thinking that. So secondary control measure is that. Third point of contact. But didn't we just upgrade that on our second Pristine video? Where we said, that's contact, but that's control. So that's the second protocol in control. Wherever we can, get a hold of that handrail, and that gives you a cracking level of control. But you still want to be looking where you put your feet, because if you just miss the step or slip or trip ever so slightly or lose your footing, you could twist an ankle, you could spin round, your knee could crack against that. You haven't always got a hold of that. Sometimes it's just touching it because you're riding it down. The knock could make you let go and roll down. So it's a great control measure, but the best one is look where you're putting your feet. Especially when you have to carry something up or downstairs. Because if it's light, you carry it in one hand. Third point of control, always look where you're putting your feet. What happens when it's something which is a bit heavier? Because we know if we carry something heavy on one side of the body like that, it massively increases the risk of a manual injury. So we can't do that. So we've got to carry it in a balanced manner. But look now, I can't see anything what I'm doing. I haven't got a third point of contact on there or control. But if I go to 45-degree angle, I can get a third point of contact. But the control measure is look where I'm putting my feet. Because coming at this angle, I can see exactly where my feet are. And if this is that suitcase because you're going on your holidays and it's heavy and you're coming down your stairs, rest it on your thigh. That takes the weight of it. And you can put both feet on each step, which is even an additional control measure. But the best one is always looking where you're putting your feet and this third point of contact. So, steps and stairs, now we know how to use them, let's get it right.